Okay, today we're going to talk about putting a GoPro mount on my Fly F2 carbon helmet, and we're planning to mount the GoPro here, but as you can see with this curve here, there's not a good way to mount the pad, so we're going to have to build one. We're going to use some JB plastic weld and mold it to the form of this, and then we can mount the pad. So the first thing we need to do is take our pad and pull off the 3M sticky pad. Okay, with the adhesive off, we're then going to clean it up with some nail polish remover, acetone, and then rough it up with some 100 grit sandpaper just to give it a better surface for the epoxy to bond to. That's good. Take some rubbing alcohol. There we go. So this is actually take 2 on this because I messed it up. This is not a big enough glob, so we're going to start over. So we're going to lay down our tape again, and this creates a nice protective surface for the epoxy to go onto, because we are not trying to epoxy it to the helmet. We want to epoxy it to the base. So we got our tape on, and I drew a line down the center just to give me a guide so I can try to keep this as centered as possible, like so. Right, whatever. And now we're going to mix up some putty. So for that we're going to throw on our gloves. Take this crap out of here. And we're going to go about... Okay, so we're going to try using this much this time. And now all you do is you knead it together and get it mixed so it's a uniform color. Right now it's more bluish, blue and white, so it'll form to one off-white color. Okay, so you can see I think we're there. I think we're home. So we'll roll this up into a ball. Now, throw this on here. Oh yeah, we got enough this time. And then, whatever, let's just see how she does. Get it lined up where we want. Looks about right to me. And we'll push down. Okay, I think we got it. So I think it's pretty level. That should do us just fine. It takes 25 minutes to set, 3 hours to cure, so we'll come back in a couple hours, pop it off, and then start shaping it with our sanding it to shape. Okay, with it trimmed a little bit, this is what we got. I think that'll save a little bit in the sanding, so we'll come back in a couple hours. Okay, it's been a couple hours and now it's time to cut this sucker off. It's obviously dark out, so we have to make do with the light. And so what we'll do is cut the tape just to try to make things a little easier. Okay, we got our knife under there finally. Pop it up. And there we go. Okay, we'll peel away the tape. Okay, so we'll start sanding this down, and you can see the odd shape that it is. So we'll need to try to make sure we keep that shape when we're sanding it, so we got to be pretty even. So we threw down some newspaper just to keep the mess in. We're going to start with some 60 grit sandpaper, and there we go. This is going to take a while. Okay, so we have our mount finished, and as you can see, it's all sanded through, like so. I sanded it with 60 and then 100 grit, and I'm going to leave the grooves on there because I just want, again, some bonding surface. I'm all for having a little more than you need in terms of your epoxy, because it gives you some wiggle room to sand it down to the shape you need, because as you sand this down, and it's gonna not form completely correct. Plus it gives you a little wiggle room to adjust, so if you're a little bit off this way or this way or this way, whatever, it allows you to fix that. Okay, so our 3M pads have arrived. They came in the little pack that came with my GoPro accessory kit. As you can see, it does say 3M VHB, so I'm going to assume that this is the same quality as the originals, and we're going to go with it. Then I've heard that you can use heat to on the adhesive, and it helps the bond. So I'll peel this back a bit, like so. Oh yeah, like that, actually. And then we will take this clamp and throw it on there to let it cure for a bit. So I'll let this sit for, I don't know, whatever, 15 minutes or something, and then we'll paint it. Clean this with rubbing alcohol to make sure there's no, grease, fingerprints, whatever, to ensure good quality bond. Okay, so we have it on. Let's take this one. We're going to use the heavy duty clamp this time. And so here it is mounted up. As you can see, this gives it a good range of adjustments if you need to. I did notice that, especially with the camera mounted upside down, there's a lot of vibration on it because it's actually quite loose fitting here. So what I did is I just took a couple of pieces of electrical tape, black tape on the front, 3 pieces in the back, and it definitely snugged it up and reduced a lot of that jiggle. I also put a microphone in it. I'm using the iPhone microphone that comes with that earbud deal that comes with your, say, your iPhone 5, 6, whatever. And I just cut the earbuds off. Right now I have it tucked into the ear cheek back here. Right, so here I have the microphone wrapped into some foam. Just glued it together so I can shove it in the corner, so you can, it's close to my mouth but it's out of the way of the wind. And oops, when I decide to use it, all I do is unpack it like so. Right, and to convert from your regular microphone jack to a smartphone microphone, you need one of these adapters right here. It's the SE3 from Rode, and clip in and clip in. Done. Easy enough. Right, we'll figure a way out maybe to clip it up there, whatever. Anyways, that's how she goes. And the next thing up is just to test it out. So this is what it looks like with the camera mounted to the helmet and the microphone on. Hopefully it sounds and looks okay. And I hope this gives you guys some ideas on how to mount the camera to your helmets, and as well as to throw the mic in. And thanks for watching.